.com to find a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy near you. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
We here at Rdio wanted to promote our app that gives you endless stations based on your favorite artist or genre right on your phone. So we hired this big advertising agency, and they were like all brand alignment and paradigm shift. And we were like, what? And they were like, get out of our office. It's simple. Get the free Rdio app, access our stations, or build one of your own for free until you say otherwise. Paradigm shifted. That's RDIO. Rdio. Tune to you.
Resistance is futile.
And now, a show that boldly goes where no show has gone before. The Week in Geek. With your hosts, David DeCormier and Brian Held. Here to cover the hottest trends and topics in science fiction news and events. With movie, book, and game reviews, cosplay, comic book, and convention commentary. Interviews with authors, media guests, and local fandom. So raise your nerd flag high and prepare to be assimilated. This is The Week in Geek. And now, here's your hosts, David DeCormier and Brian Held.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. This is Brian Held with
Skungy.
And Dave is at home getting some much-deserved rest, so get well soon, Dave. We'll see him back next weekend. And so we're here live at NolaCon down 739 Canal Street, downtown, right in the French Quarter. This is a local security hackers conference.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on, a lot of cool information, learning about, I'm as we know, I'm not really the best when it comes to computers, but I mean, I'm learning a lot just hanging around here.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of talks going on. Still some stuff to come up, defending against doxing, social engineering, breaking SCADA, and they're going into tomorrow as well. There's more talks. They have a lockpick village.
That is awesome. I mean, you can actually got a table here. You can buy a lockpick kit and learn how to do it. That's really cool.
And hey, there's even free beer here.
Free beer. I mean, come on. I mean, what's better than that?
So, if you're in the area, you want to learn a little bit about computer information security and things like that, this is a great event. This is our second year here, and we appreciate them very much inviting us back out.
They've been nothing but generous to us here.
Oh, yeah. It means Dave didn't offend them too badly.
Yeah, that's good. Whenever Dave doesn't, stick his foot in his mouth, that's good. We love you, Dave.
So, as always, we recommend you go to facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Give us a like there. There's always good information on our Facebook page. Don't forget to find us at Twitter at Twig Radio. We now have the YouTube channel. That's the Week in Geek radio show on YouTube, freshly updated.
Yeah. It's, a whole bunch of new stuff on there. And if I don't have radio, how do I listen?
Well, there's two ways. You can always go to WGSO.com, go in the top left under podcasts, find the Week in Geek. All of our archives are there. Also, you can download the TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone or tablet. Just go to TuneIn Radio app, and you can listen to us live from there or catch our archives there as well.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, so many ways to catch the Week in Geek. Can't run away from your sultry voice or Dave's ramblings.
Of course. So, hey, Skungy, you're here with me, and I know you've got a lot to talk about, a lot of gaming stuff going on. So let's go ahead and get into Skungy's Pick of the Week. Darryl, roll it.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Find them on the web at witsinn.com. Skungy's Pick of the Week.
I love lamp.
All right, Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
See, yeah, he's here in spirit. So we got a couple of things to talk about today. Number one, just released last Tuesday for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, ESO, Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited.
So have you gotten a chance to play that at all?
Yes, I have. I've gotten a little bit. Now there are some problems like with the rollout of any MMO.
Yeah.
For instance, trying to get into a game took me about 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Even though on the line it said your position in queue is number 1 and your wait time is 1 second. That 1 second lasted 20 minutes.
Wow.
I was kicked out of a couple of games as well. So they're having some major server issues right now, but like with any MMO that starts out, you're going to have that because everybody and their grandmother's trying to jump in all at once.
Right.
So
yeah, I know I had some problems trying to get in during the beta. I ended up giving up.
Yeah, a lot of people they've given up right now, and they're just like, I'll get back to it in about a week or so. And normally you wait about a week or two, and then it'll be able to get back on. But I mean, other than that, the game is really cool. Any fan of Skyrim is going to enjoy this game. I mean, I hate to use the term, but it's more of the same.
All right.
It's from the PC version, they only had third person. Well, this one, they've added first person view back into it.
Okay.
So you can jump between third person and first person in this. And that makes a lot of people play Skyrim first person.
Right.
And that gives it that feel of playing just a regular Skyrim or Oblivion game.
So when you say it's more of the same, is it just really about more storyline, more lore, more background to the series?
So much stuff that you can look up and read. Starting off, it's a story, as in every Skyrim or Oblivion game, any Elder Scroll games, you start off in jail. You get released out of jail because there's a world-threatening event or something going on, and they've got that main quest that you can start off with. But with the beauty of every single Elder Scrolls game is there's tons of stuff to do, tons of branching stories. You could start off in the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, little local politics going on. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Okay.
And it's truly going to be one of those MMOs that it's going to grow and it's going to grow and it's just going to be nothing but fun.
I did find an amusing article recently that talked about, I believe it was Oblivion, where there are characters in the game who they've programmed to do things like in their quote unquote daily lives that have no effect on your gameplay, but you can follow them around and watch them go through their life, doing the things that they do, little interesting side things that, once again, if you never encountered these, they'd have no bearing on your enjoyment of the game. But it's just that level of detail that's very impressive.
And realism, yeah. So I highly suggest it, but I would go throw a bit of caution. Just wait a little bit. If you might want to wait a couple of weeks before you maybe pick it up. So, other than that, going right into the Steam Summer Sale.
Right.
Steam Summer Sales just started on the 11th. Get your pocketbooks ready to beat you over the head and start crying because you have no funds left in your wallet.
Right.
It happens every year. So just go to steam.com and check. They've got daily sales every day and then flash sales every 8 hours. So they have new sales coming up every day, like twice a day you have new sales.
I've already bought 3 games.
So, yeah, you bought 3 games, but, you should adhere to the Steam Challenge. Have you ever heard of the Steam Challenge?
I probably shouldn't, but go ahead.
The Steam Challenge is before you buy another game on Steam, you have to complete every game in your library.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And finally, we just found out about this new game was announced. It's actually a 3rd game in a series called Toy Soldiers. It's almost kind of an RTS where the first one was World War I, the second one was set during the Cold War. This one, you're going to be able to use, there are 4 factions and 2 of them been announced. Masters of the Universe characters and G.I. Joes.
I know. It's good stuff. And then, there were 4 other factions that are like part of the franchise itself.
Yeah, it's been like I said, the first one was set during World War I, so it was more like, Allied, America and German, facing the Germans, and then during the Cold War it was America versus the Russians, and you could have like special characters in the Cold War version, like you had John Rambo show up and start decimating the enemy. So it's really cool. It's going to be a fun game, and it's going to be for nostalgic purposes. I mean, nostalgia sells right now. I mean, everybody loves reliving their childhood, and this is going to definitely be something to do.
All right. Well, hey, Daryl, let's go ahead. We'll start going into our break. And everybody, this is the Week in Geek. I'm Brian Held with
Skungy.
And we're here live at NolaCon down on Canal Street. So come on out and check us out if you're out and about. And stay tuned. This is WGSO 990 AM.
On Bourbon, Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh. Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O, 4, gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Join the underground, the Media Underground, Media Underground Comics.
I'm doing my part.
Join Media Underground Comics at 4953 West Napoleon.
Would you like to know more?
Open Monday through Saturday from noon to 6.
Would you like to know more?
Then go to MediaUndergroundComics.com.
Outstanding!
We have the comics. We have the collectibles. We need you. Media Underground Comics, 4953 West Napoleon, and MediaUndergroundComics.com.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Hello, this is Zeb Aurelios from Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. Stay tuned, otherwise I'm going to bash you like I bash those bucketheads.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. This is Brian Held with
Skungy.
And we're here live at NolaCon at 739 Canal Street at the Crown Plaza New Orleans Hotel. And that's for our listener who's on the line right now. He was asking for the address. And with us is Rob Anderson. He's one of the organizers here for NolaCon. How you doing, Rob?
Pretty good.
Outstanding. So, hey, tell us all about this event. Tell us, why you've put this on and what your goals are.
Sure. So this is our second year.
Okay.
We're an information security conference. So all things relating to computer security, cloud security, all the things that, basically ways people can break computers. We want to talk about how we can break them to also teach people how to not let them get broken.
Right. So, this is, we often hear terms like white hat, black hat, things like that bandied around with events like this. So that's kind of your target audience, I guess?
It's both to the professional white hats and black hats. Well, I guess not really professional black hats. Those are just called bad guys.
Right.
But so this would be a white hat event by definition.
Okay.
But it's really to help anyone who cares about information security, computer security, whether they're professionals, which we have a lot of here, but we also have a pretty good amount of people who are just, geeks who like computers and want to know more. The people who come out to be our speakers are all professionals. They're, top of their trade, people who work all over the country. A lot of people come in from Silicon Valley. So they're coming in to really share the knowledge they have and just get information out there. I mean, the biggest thing with everything to do with information security and computer security is just sharing the knowledge. Somebody is really great at something and it's not likely to be you. So
right.
Find that person and that just makes everybody better and safer and improves it for everyone.
Well, and I think that's something that's prevalent just throughout the geek community as a whole is, I found something out. I want to share it with others, So now, aside from the talks, one of the interesting aspects of your event is you have a lockpick village. You want to talk about that?
Sure. One of the overlooked parts of information security and computer security is often the physical side. You can make your computer as secure as you possibly want. Unplug it, turn it off, put it in a safe. If someone can get to it, then they're going to be able to do more or less anything they want with it.
Right.
Whether it's a Mac or a PC, give me 5 minutes physically to have unfettered access to that computer, and I can do anything.
Right.
And that's just the way computers currently are still designed, almost around the board. There's a few things people can do relating to like full disk encryption that would help with that. So the Lockpick Village is really, it's just a room we set up with all kinds of different locks and lock picks and different lock ways to get around locks in some cases or ways to pick locks. And we teach people, and usually within 5 to 15 minutes, people are opening their first lock. It really shows how bad the average generic lock is if you want actual security. It's really a, I wouldn't quite say theater, but you're keeping the honest people honest, but you're not keeping the dishonest people out.
Right.
You're making me feel real good about my house lock right now. I'm just letting you know that.
It is true, and I see many house locks that they're pretty bad. The simple truth from that perspective, and the good news, is that very few criminals actually bother to learn skills like lockpicking. They kick things and they do other methods usually.
Because they have to learn stuff, and then therefore they wouldn't be
criminals. If they put the time into it, they wouldn't have to be criminals. Exactly. So the Lockpick Village is really great. We actually had 2 trainings before the conference started this year, and one of them was a 2-day physical security class just to teach people a very large spectrum of how to get through physical security so that people can learn how to actually better secure things physically.
No, and that's great. That's awesome knowledge. So we still have a lot of events going on throughout the rest of the day. I noticed that tonight there's like a dance party here.
Yes, we have Jewel Core, which is a great hip-hop, I guess is the right term, or geekcore, nerdcore band. They're from San Francisco. They have quite a few albums out. They tend to play they're kind of a very well-known band within the conference scene.
Okay.
Played at DerbyCon this past fall. Played it at DEF CON over the summer.
Okay.
They've been around for a long time, and they're great guys. It kind of works out perfectly. They're amazing speakers. They're both work really well in their field. They deal with malware and penetration testing and really know their field. So they come out both to speak and help share information, and then at night they put on their capes and become performers. And they're a great band. Tons of fun to see play.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, so NolaCon.com, right? And 739 Boulevard, down in the French Quarter. This is the Crown Plaza. Rob, we really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
All right. Cool. Good deal. All right. So let's go ahead and roll right into Top Nerd News.
Now, our top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by Media Underground Comics. Find them on the World Wide Web at MediaUndergroundComics.com. And now, your top nerd news stories.
All right. So, man, lots of stuff happening this week.
Yeah, a lot going on.
So, sad news first. Sir Christopher Lee passed away. this week.
Well, he passed away about a little bit further than that. The family just announced that he had passed. I think he passed on the 4th, they said.
Right.
But that is, I mean, one of the best actors. He has the Guinness Book of World Records for the most films, actually, most film appearances. He's the only person in the Lord of the Rings to actually know Tolkien.
Right.
You know, he fought in World War II, and he had a metal album. I mean,
I know.
Obviously, I mean, the Renaissance man, if you would.
Definitely. And, of course, that same day it was announced, and you know more about this than I, but Dusty Rhodes died.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Unfortunately, that man is no longer with us, with his family and everything, so we are very saddened by that.
Yeah. But, hey, for anyone who may not remember, we covered it a while ago, Con TV, right, which is Wizard World's online TV extension. They're doing a tribute to Christopher Lee, so definitely want to go check that out. Yeah. Man, there's a lot of cool stuff on Con TV.
There is. I mean, Bruce Campbell's got his whole Last Geek Standing thing on it. Of course.
Yeah, what was it, first one? You and Dave?
Yeah, Dave and I were at the first taping of it.
Yeah. All right. Something that I thought was really interesting. Scientists have discovered a way to regrow your teeth using lasers.
I call tomfoolery.
What do you
I really call tomfoolery. I've had a lot of work done, and now, but yeah, this is really cool. It's going into the ways of them regrowing tissue, and it could lead to more stuff.
Right, and I mean, looking at the article, they were saying that they're using stem cells, right? And it's been very difficult for scientists to coax stem cells to grow into different, body parts and things like this. But this Harvard-led team of scientists have figured out a way to use light in order to get those stem cells to grow in the teeth. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. I'm suddenly, anytime I read something like this, I think about The Fifth Element, right? And the regrowth chamber, right? It's like, are we getting close to that yet?
No, that would be awesome. Well, they say it could help with healing wounds and regenerating limbs and even, organs, so.
Well, and I mean, how cool would that be if we could, if people who had diseases or injury or whatever, their whole organs could be replaced with their own tissue that was grown. I mean, that would be fantastic. All right. So next thing on the list, and I've got some things on the list here just for Dave. What was that, Daryl? All right. So just little things to poke at Dave just for fun. Chris Hemsworth was announced that he was going to play the secretary in the new Ghostbusters film.
So he's going to be the Annie Potts of the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and the all-female cast there. And what do you think about that, Skungy?
I mean, you know what? Traditionally, with movies and whatnot, the secretary is eye candy a lot of times.
Right.
And in this point, what better person to have eye candy than Thor?
He's definitely some eye candy there. I'm secure enough,
I am too.
to say that dude, he's pretty ripped. All right, so should be interesting. It's a good announcement, and all right, so let's go. We're about to go ahead and go to a break. So this is Brian Held. You're listening to the Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. Stay tuned. More after these commercial messages.
Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh.
Join the underground, the Media Underground, Media Underground Comics.
I'm doing my part.
Join Media Underground Comics at 4953 West Napoleon.
Would you like to know more?
Open Monday through Saturday from noon to 6.
Would you like to know more?
Then go to MediaUndergroundComics.com.
Outstanding!
We have the comics. We have the collectibles. We need you. Media Underground Comics, 4953 West Napoleon, and MediaUndergroundComics.com.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Joe Gomez. Shot dead by a police sniper. That's what police believe happened to a man who went on a reign of terror in Dallas, shooting up the police headquarters and planting bombs at the building. The Blaze Radio's Brad James reports.
I was ducking and yelling at my husband to duck, that he was being nosy, and I was just scared out of my mind. I was shaking.
That's Kelly Williams speaking to CNN by phone, an eyewitness to the attack on the Dallas police headquarters.
I believe we're blessed that our officers survived this ordeal.
That's Dallas Police Chief David Brown, the gunman pulling up to police headquarters in an armored van and opened fire. Bags with bombs found just outside of the police headquarters. One of those bags containing a pipe bomb detonated by a police robot. A SWAT team sharpshooter finally shooting the man inside the vehicle with a .50 caliber rifle. Brad James, The Blaze News.
Hillary Clinton holding her first campaign rally for 2016 in New York City on Roosevelt Island.
I've stood up to adversaries like Putin and reinforced allies like Israel, and I was in the Situation Room on the day we got bin Laden.
Clinton also telling the crowd of hundreds that as president, she would defend the middle class.
Prosperity can't be just for CEOs and hedge fund managers.
A prison tailor arrested in connection with the escape of 2 inmates from a maximum security prison in New York. The Blaze's Tom Peace reports.
Bail will be set in the amount of $100,000 cash.
That's Judge Mark Rogers. Joyce Mitchell, who worked at Clinton Correctional Facility, facing 2 charges for allegedly helping 2 convicts escape.
Misdemeanor criminal facilitation in the 4th degree and felony promoting prison contraband in the 1st degree.
The manhunt for the 2 escapees continues.
I'm Joe Gomez with news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits in Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to The Week in Geek.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on WGSO 990 AM. This is Brian Held with
Skungy.
And we're here live at NolaCon in the French Quarter, the historic French Quarter.
Crown Plaza Hotel on Canal.
Yep, 739 Canal.
739.
And so let's keep trucking along with Top Nerd News.
All right.
Another one to get Dave's goat.
Yes. Dave, the misogynist, that he is.
Yes. So James Butler, our Facebook admin, posted this on the page. No Men Allowed. Publisher accepts novelist Year of Women challenge. I thought this was kind of interesting. This small press publisher called And Other Stories say they're not going to produce any books by men in 2018 in an answer to a call from Camilla Shemishi for direct action to beat gender bias in publishing.
It could be, you walk a fine line whenever you talk about something like this, because some people say that there is no gender, inequality, and some people say that there, are.
Well, but some of the numbers that they're quoting in this article are saying that it's definitely like a 60-40 proposition, right? That men do get the lion's share of publishing and editing work. So
They do. But then it's like, you have like my wife, who said that she doesn't, I don't think she reads any male authors.
Really?
I don't honestly, I'm looking at all of like the books that she's read. I don't think she's read one book by a male person in the last 10 years.
And is that by active choice?
I don't think it's just the style of writing that she likes. She likes stuff like Anita Blake and stuff like that. And that's tends to be written more by women than guys.
Interesting.
And she also likes, female protagonists, and who's going to write, female protagonists better than a female?
Well, but what was that movie with Jack Nicholson?
Yes, As Good as It Gets, he said the famous line, how do you write women so well? And his response was, I think of a man and I take away accountability and reason.
Right.
So, yeah, that's, but that's here nor there.
Yes.
That's for you, Dave.
All right. Next item on the list, this one it has to be trolling, right? Has to be trolling. I think it was on comicbookmovie.com or something like that, but it says it's a rumor that Marvel is skipping Comic-Con because they're scared of Warner Brothers DC Comics panel.
Warner Brothers is skipping Comic-Con, according to James Gunn, writer and director of Guardians of the Galaxy. He said that they're not going to be there. Now, nobody really knows why. That's according to him, and that was like
James
earlier
Gunn
this year.
said Marvel is going to skip it.
Yeah, he had said that earlier this year when they were talking because somebody had asked him something about Comic-Con. And there are a bunch of reasons why there's not big of a return, and Marvel's thinking of doing maybe their own thing now where they don't need Comic-Con. They can do their own press event like they did last year. They did a press event that was much more popular than their San Diego Comic-Con stuff.
Well, I do think it's kind of interesting. I've talked to a lot of folks who have attended San Diego Comic-Con, and they've actually it wasn't necessarily an enjoyable time for them, right? Because they're like, look, the whole section of the dealer's room where we got all the comic books and everything, nobody's there. It's a ghost town. Everybody's, trying to get in to beat the doors down on Hall H. Right,
to get to the big panels.
To get to the big, splash panels that are coming out of Hollywood, right? And there's a lot of concern that Hollywood is just taking that event over, right? So, if that's the case, right? If Marvel is pulling out, right? What does that say for San Diego Comic-Con itself, right? Is it going to get smaller, right?
I don't think so. I just don't think that they're going to do like their big panel like they did more. They're still going to have a presence at San Diego Comic-Con, but you're not going to have that. I mean, I've had a lot of friends who've gone there, and it's been ridiculous trying to get in that. I mean, they sit there and they wait half of their day that they've spent a lot of money to go to, and they spend half the day waiting in line just to get into one panel.
Well, and that's, props to Dragon Con. Unlike SDCC, they kick people out of the rooms at Dragon Con. Like you sit in a panel, you get kicked out at the end, and you got another chance to get in. So, all right, last item on the list, and this is just cool. This propped up last weekend while we were at Time Fest, is the New Orleans Tea Dueling Society.
Yeah.
Now, friend of the show, Ken Sharky Braden, one of the steampunk community, he came in and he talked to us about it. He ran this little tea dueling event. And so everybody out there, they're like, tea dueling, what the heck is that? They're okay. Apparently the process is that you have a cup of tea in a proper English style with a saucer and spoon and all that stuff. And you have to hold a biscuit into the tea to the count of 5, I believe, and then remove said biscuit and nom it very slowly, and the first one whose biscuit breaks loses the duel. It's very silly.
You know what? That's that, but it sounds like it's so much fun.
Well, and I mean, of course, if it's done all proper with top hats and parasols and all that good stuff, then it'd be cool. But now they have a Facebook page, so New Orleans Tea Dueling Society, check that out. So thanks for reminding me, Skungy. We have an interview that we'd like to air that we did at Dallas Fan Expo with Laura Vandervoort. So, Daryl, if you go ahead and roll that.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Brian Held, WGSO, The Week in Geek. How are you?
Good, I'm good.
And this is David Corbier.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So, how are you?
This is crazy that you're using this. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So, Laura Vandervoort, right?
Of course.
It's all right.
I know. No one gets it right.
Oh, I apologize. All right. Well, hey, so how's the event so far?
Because I don't know. I got here last night, and right after this I start. So.
All right.
Do you do a lot of these?
Yeah, I do. I've been, when I started Smallville, I started doing the conventions, and that feels like 10 years ago, maybe. So it's been good.
So, what are you working on right now? What's going on?
We just got renewed for season 3 of Bitten on Sci-Fi or on Space, and so that's about to start in August. So we're excited for that. And I created and I'm executive producing a kids show called Super Duper Delia about a young girl that's a superhero. So we're in the process of getting that off the ground.
That sounds great.
Yeah, what's the age group you're targeting? Because I got a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old.
More than 9-year-olds.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's about a young girl on her birthday, finds out she has superpowers just like her grandmother, who was a Hollywood actress.
Okay.
So she sort of goes through school and life, falling on her face and getting back up again and learning how to use her powers, and it's sort of like a coming of age. But she's very quirky, she's unique, intelligent, she's a tomboy. I created it for myself when I was younger, because I'd come to the conventions and meet little girls who thought I was Supergirl, and I realized there was really no ideal role model, physically, body-wise. It was sort of unrealistic looking at the dolls that they had to look at. And I said, I want to create a Supergirl or a little superhero that they can relate to that's more realistic.
So, and that sounds great. We're getting more content for little young ladies all the time. So that's basically your goal, right?
That's my goal, yeah. Empower the young girls to be themselves and not try to, be who they're not to try to look up to these sort of dolls that you have out there of Supergirl that are very unrealistic and unhealthy.
Yeah, like
to try to emulate.
Like all the Barbies and stuff?
You mean they're not proportional?
No, even when I was on Smallville, they made me look not like I normally do. So it's just, it was sort of what television saw as a superhero for women, and now it's sort of changing with the new Supergirl series and that sort of thing.
Are you connected with them?
I'm not. I have been tweeting about it because the trailer looks amazing, and I just wished her luck and heard from one of the creators that he'd like me to come and play sometime, so we'll see what happens.
So where can our fans follow you on the net?
LauraVandervoort.com, and then I'm on Twitter, Vandykins22, and on Instagram, SuperVandy.
Fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that was a great interview that we had last week. But hey, we've got a caller on the line, Matthew in Metairie. Hey, Matthew, how are you?
I'm doing good. Y'all talking about steampunk, and I just remembered something I saw in the NRA news. The NRA
what's that?
Museum has a display of steampunk pistols. They're all done
where
up
is
in the
that?
steampunk style. They're in our museum in Fairfax, Virginia. So you can see it on the internet if you have a really modern computer, because my computer is just like, I can't look at this stuff.
Right. Well, that sounds cool.
What's really neat is that some of these things are just mock-ups. So they have this thing where you can try to guess which one is the real gun and which one is just the steampunk lookalike.
Nice. We're going to have to check that out. Hey, do you think you could throw a link on our Facebook page for us? Or
me? Link? Facebook page?
All right. We'll try to dig that up.
Go to NRA Museum.
All right. I will definitely look it up. Thank you, Matt.
Ciao.
All right. Take it easy. All right. Well, I think we're about ready for our next break. And once we come back, we'll get to a little bit of This Week in Geek History. So
a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. This is Brian Held with
Skungy.
And we're out here at NolaCon on Canal Boulevard in the historic French Quarter. Come check us out if you can. And stay tuned, folks. This is WGSO 990 AM.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good.
Spirits on Bourbon. Spirits on Bourbon. Come to 615 Bourbon, home of the resurrection. Try their gumbo, wings, couchon de lait, or a ribeye steak. Have a shot on Edward's barber chair or sit at his haunted table. Check out their website at spiritsonbourbon.com and watch their video from Spike TV's Bar Rescue. Come to Spirits on Bourbon for a haunting good time.
Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Wits Inn is an upscale neighborhood bar and pizza kitchen in the heart of Mid-City at 141 North Carrollton. Wits Inn is open 7 days a week and the kitchen is always open late. Make Wits Inn your home for sports. With 18 TVs, the NFL package, and the SEC channel, you'll never miss a game. Check out our food and drink specials like Thursday $5 pizzas and the Wit Maker at WITSINN.com. Wits Inn Bar and Pizza Kitchen. Think, drink, live, laugh. Come to New Orleans' friendly local gaming shop, Gopher Games, located on 701 David Drive in Metairie. Games like Warhammer, War Machine, Magic the Gathering, HeroClix, Pathfinder, and many more. Visit us at gophergamesnola.com. That's G-O-4 gamesnola.com for the latest news and upcoming events. We're open 7 days a week. Call us at 504-324-8335 or come on by. Gopher Games, a hangout for gamers by gamers.
Join the underground, the Media Underground, Media Underground Comics.
I'm doing my part.
Join Media Underground Comics at 4953 West Napoleon.
Would you like to know more?
Open Monday through Saturday from noon to 6.
Would you like to know more?
Then go to MediaUndergroundComics.com.
We have the comics. We have the collectibles. We need you. Media Underground Comics, 4953 West Napoleon, and MediaUndergroundComics.com.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby and Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
You got the touch. You got the power.
My
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out!
Come back to New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Wgso 990 AM. This is Brian Held with Skungy. I always get so psyched up.
I love this song.
Oh, yeah, no, but this rejoinder's great. Dave did such a good job on this audio. All right, so a couple more things to announce before we get into this week in Geek History. Next Friday night, that's the 19th, we're going to be having another Geek Trivia Night at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, the nerd mecca of New Orleans.
Yes. Get everything you need.
Oh, yeah. So, last time we had a great turnout, and it's almost like a pub quiz. So if you like pub quizzes and you're a geek, and it goes hand in hand, come have a good time.
Do groups as well? Do they have groups?
Yeah, groups or single, however you want to do it. And of course, Dave's going to be there, so we'll be cutting up, right?
Yeah, of course.
And that's always a spectacle. Another thing to mention from Tubby and Coos, once again, our book of the month is Good Omens with Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Please read this book.
And if you get it at Tubby and Coos, it's 10% off.
It's the reason why me and my wife are together, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's our first common ground that we found was that we both read that book.
That's awesome. All right, so without much further ado, let's get into a little bit of this week in Geek History.
This week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future! Yes! Oh my gosh!
This week in Geek History is brought to you by Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Check them out at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, the nerd mecca. This week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
All right, a lot of cool things. A lot of things in today's history that relate to stuff we talked about earlier in the show.
Absolutely.
And the first one's no exception. So on June 8th, 1984, Ghostbusters is released.
One of the best movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I am Vince Clotho, Keymaster of Gozer. Gotta love that movie, and they're coming out with a new one. So.
Oh, yeah. But that's one of those movies that I quote constantly. Where did these stairs go? They go up. So, yeah, always a good one. All right, next on the list, June 8th, 1949. Dystopian novel by George Orwell, 1984 is published.
And Big Brother is thought of in a different light ever since.
Most definitely. Have you read that book?
Yeah, I have. It's creepy. But all of Orwell's works are creepy. Personally, that's not my favorite one by him. My favorite still is Animal Farm.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, 1984, it's creepy. It's, very, very...
If you have not read this book, read this book.
Yes, exactly.
It'll put everything that's happening right now in context.
Absolutely.
All right, next item on the list, June 10th, 1977. Apple ships its first Apple II personal computer.
Wow, it's been 1977. Good Lord. And you know what? You had to be a billionaire to have one.
I know, way back then. But yeah, I remember in second grade we were using Apple IIe's, programming in BASIC, making little pictures and stuff.
Made a turtle move across a screen.
Yeah.
That's what I did,
Yeah. I did the space shuttle. And I did that as a picture, and then the teacher came along and animated it for us. We were second graders.
Yeah, it was cool back then. It was a lot easier.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list is for you, Skungy. June 11, 1983. Developer and publisher of such games as Resident Evil, Street Fighter, and Mega Man, it's Capcom is founded.
I love this company because I love all of those games. They make so many good games. They've been in the business for a long time, And they're still in it, and they're still, but they hold true to the old school game format, and that's why I love them. They still make 8-bit Mega Man games.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Next item on and one of the convention attendees agreeing. Yeah. Next item on the list, also related to what's happening this weekend, June 11th, 1993. Starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, and Joseph Mazzello. It's Jurassic Park.
Life finds a way.
Yeah. So is Jurassic World Jurassic Park-ish movie without Jeff Goldblum?
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see Jurassic World. I love dinosaurs. I'm like, what guy didn't love dinosaurs? And I don't know if it has Jeff Goldblum in it, but there's a rumor that that Chris Pratt is the kid in the beginning of Jurassic Park that Alan Grant shows the raptor claw to and says they'll cut you here and here. It's a rumor that that's who that kid is.
Interesting. So what was that, Daryl?
You were saying that Jeff Goldblum was in this movie?
No, we don't know. We don't know. Right?
No, he's not in it.
He could have a cameo.
No, he wasn't in it. He wasn't in it.
All right. Well, thanks for ruining everyone's expectations, Daryl.
Sultry Jeff.
Sorry.
That's all right. So, all right, this last one that I have is really kind of interesting. It's June 14th, 1981. So a tornado hits a store. It's called The Sound of Music, right? And I went and checked the Wikipedia article on this. So, your sources may vary. But they right after the tornado hit them, they had a sale of all the damaged goods and such, and they promoted it as Best Buy's, right? 2 years later, they renamed the entire company Best Buy. How crazy is that?
Off of a sale.
And like the guy was like, the sales from damaged and kind of messed up goods or whatever was like their highest grossing sales day ever. So they turned it into a business.
And they still sell a lot of open boxed items and stuff like that at a discounted price. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So few celebrity birthdays to mention. June 8th, 1943, Colin Baker, the Sixth Doctor.
The Sixth Doctor. A lot of people, he's very critical. I mean, a lot of people are very critical of Colin Baker as the Doctor, I've noticed. Yeah. They didn't like his abrasiveness, I guess you would say, of being the Doctor. He wasn't as fun, not as fun-loving as other Doctors.
Well, I mean, is Peter Capaldi turning out to be the same way?
I think so, but I love Capaldi.
Yeah. He lends gravitas to the role.
Yes, he does.
June 9th, 1981, Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yes. And such great film. I mean, she finds herself in some great movie.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of other stuff.
All right. Let's see. June 9th, Michael J. Fox. Also on the 9th, Johnny Depp.
Bad Country.
June 11th, Peter Dinklage. Game of Thrones.
Thrones, Terry Lannister.
And also on the 11th, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia
LaBeouf,
the guy who's like made the internet angry and then happy again.
Yeah, go watch some of those recent videos he's putting out there. Crazy. All right, guys, don't forget to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/weekgeek. Also Twitter @Twig Radio, and check us out twigradio.com. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high. GFL.
Join the underground.